What's the number one country where residents say that they are always at peace? I'll give you a hint. It's not the US. What's up, everybody? It's Zach, the Celtics guy here, back with the second global report of the day. This was a topic that I just could not go uncovered today because it was just way too important for me to not cover. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to talk about it. Since almost everyone is talking about it, including the great Lee Camp of Mint Press News was talking about it, I figured, you know what, I should definitely talk about it. The Gray Zone has talked about it. Other alternative news sources have talked about it. And it's a country that gets slandered by the legacy media in the U.S. and the West. So why not talk about it? Well, when CNBC talks about it, well, then you know that it's that the shit is fucking real. This is the number one country where residents say that they are always at peace. I'll give you a hint. It's not the U.S. You guessed it. It's Nicaragua. The big, bad, evil, socialist Nicaragua. Oh, the big, bad, evil, socialist Nicaragua that the U.S. and the West was saying that was a big, bad, evil dictatorship, right? Oh, they said that. They said that about the socialists in Nicaragua that have made Nicaragua the most successful nation in Central America. But remember, and more than 7 in 10 Nicaraguans say that they are always at peace. That's number one in global perception. And if CNBC is saying this, well, then you know there's a fucking problem.
Nicaragua is the world's number one country where citizens feel at peace. Worldwide, the percentage of people who say they always feel at peace with their thoughts and feelings ranges from a low of 11% in Zimbabwe to a high of 73% in Nicaragua. The list of countries worldwide where the majority of people say they always feel at peace is dominated by countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. Latin America?
Latin America? The U.S.'s backyard? Oh, and get this. Do you know how much percent of Nicaraguans rate Ortega's administration as positive? More than 85%. That is probably like what? That's more than double Joe Biden's approval rating here in the U.S. Oh, yeah, Mr. Yeah, needs no setup.
Whether it can be an immigration and nation.
Yeah, that kind of needs no setup. When was the last time Daniel Ortega said during a speech, "My butt's been wiped"? Oh, no, totally. I mean, Joe Biden is too worried about Daniel Ortega to worry about that, to worry about whether or not his butt's been wiped. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about don't worry about that one. Totally, just don't worry about that one. President Harris will take care of that one.
Like people have heard me say it before, it's not like people are sitting around a table and somewhere in Central America and say, "I got a great idea."
I got a great idea. Let's overthrow Daniel Ortega because he's not a puppet of the U.S. And when he wins elections, in bigger elections than Joe Biden, 81 million votes, yeah. Yeah, we got a plan. Yeah, we should so totally have a plan. We totally have a plan. Break out the champagne. Or better yet, bring out the Russian vodka.
Let's sell everything we have. Let's give it to a coyote, a smuggler. They'll take us on a harrowing journey for thousands of miles to get to the United States. Then we're going to legally cross the border. They're going to drop us in the desert, and we're faced we don't speak the language. Won't that be fun? I'm not being facetious.
I'm not being facetious. Oh, well, when I want to overthrow Daniel Ortega, I'm not being facetious. When I got a plan to be the world's biggest terrorist organization, that is the U.S. government, that I am now running, we'll totally talk about those resources and how much we care about people, even though in all due reality, it's just, you know, Democrat and Republican capitalists stealing black and brown people's oil. I know you're shocked. So, yeah, so much for Nicaragua being that big, bad, evil nation, right? Well, take it away, Gray Zone.
We have 2 yoga studios in Calgary, and we all of a sudden had to start making sure that everybody was vaccinated to come to our studio, and we just got really uncomfortable enforcing that. And yeah, we were just like, we just want to be free. We want people to be free. We don't really want to start asking people those questions, and we felt super uncomfortable. So we thought ourselves, let's remove ourselves before we make it any more awkward.
What really distressed me in Australia was just the changes. I was also a law student in Australia, so I'm about 3/4 of the way through a law degree, and so I'm very conscious of what goes on and what's involved and the implications of it. And what I saw was, you know, just the destruction of the remnants of the democratic process in Australia.
So those people living in Nicaragua, escaping vaccine mandates, digital passports, speech codes, and all that, nurses and just regular people from Canada, Australia, and there were people that were being interviewed from a whole bunch of different other nations that were going to Nicaragua. Nicaragua was one of the few countries in the world that actually didn't abide by the bullshit COVID narrative, the speech codes, the lockdowns, the mandates, and whatnot. So you would think that in certain people's eyes, you would think that, oh, you know, Nicaragua has something up their sleeve. Something's going on here. Like, oh, golly gee, what could it possibly be? What could it possibly be?
Well, President Harris led this effort to make things better in the countries from which they are leaving. It's not like people have heard me say it before. It's not.
I know he's a bit of an asswipe, I know. But no, it's just the hypocrisy on the U.S. in Latin America in general, especially in Latin America, is the biggest crock of hypocritical bullshit that you could ever imagine in a trillion years. The crime rate in Nicaragua has experienced, for 2016 was 7.9, a 14.66 decline from 2015. Nicaragua, while there's a low crime rate reported in Nicaragua, many crimes, especially in the urban areas, go unreported. That's usually typical of, you know, crime in big cities and so forth. Nicaragua is home to a developed flora crimes market where about half of the timber felled locally trafficked illegally due to high demand coming mainly from where, you might ask? They'll just blame it on traffickers and whatnot, but it's really coming from those drug cartels that are going over the borders and whatnot, and that they're therefore, you know, they're there because it's those cartels that are there. Nicaragua's homicide rate so far below that of its Central American neighbors. Nicaragua is the most peaceful nation in Central America. Why is it getting such bullshit? Why is it getting so much bullshit from the U.S. and the West? Because the Sandinistas in Nicaragua have been targeted. They have been targeted by the U.S. and the West for a great number of years. Nicaragua was under the Sandinistas from the 1980s to the 1990s, then from the 1990s till like 2006 or 7, they were under like a different rule. But then Daniel Ortega got back into power in 2006, been in power ever since. He has won free and fair elections. His people wanted him in there, and the U.S. has been backing right-wing coup d'etats, just like the U.S. has been doing for decades and decades. Latin America, Chile, Guatemala, Panama being a U.S.-backed dictator until we no longer liked him anymore, and we overthrew him in 1989. I know you're shocked. But yeah, Ronald Reagan, right? Ronald Reagan, that celebrity president that we so like, because we know how much we love celebrity presidents. Fucking Zelensky being a neo-Nazi and is a comedian president, a fucking neo-Nazi. Oh, we back him, giving him $80 billion, giving that guy $80 billion. Oh, golly gee, no. Oh, golly gee, no problem with that, right? Oh, golly gee, no doubt about that. But Ronald Reagan wants you to think, he wanted you to think that it was the Sandinistas that were the big, bad, evil ones.
America that threatens the security of the United States. This danger will not go away. It will grow worse, much worse, if we fail to take action now. I'm speaking of Nicaragua, a Soviet ally on the American mainland, only 2 hours flying time from our own borders. With over $1 billion in Soviet blockade, the communist government of Nicaragua has launched a campaign to subvert and topple its democratic neighbors.
And as if we haven't overthrown democratic neighbors, right? As if the fucking U.S. hasn't overthrown its democratic neighbors before. As if we haven't overthrown countries before. Oh, remember Mexico? The U.S. stealing Mexico? Or remember stealing land from the Mexicans and from the Indians? Remember when Cuba was under a U.S.-backed dictatorship and then Fidel Castro overthrew it? Oh, we didn't like it. Remember all the democratic governments we overthrew? The democratic government in Iran to prop up the Shah. But yeah, just remember, totally, we back the good guys. Totally. It's those communists that are such a big threat. But now look who's doing it now. Now it's the Democrats that are doing it. The big Red Scare against Russia. But Russia's not even communist anymore. But now there's the new Red Scare. The new Red Scare. Russia's gonna take over. Russia's gonna take over all of Ukraine. Russia's gonna take over all of Europe. Oh, he's just like Hitler. Oh, he's just like Hitler.
Using Nicaragua as a base, the Soviets and Cubans can become the dominant power in the crucial corridor between North and South America. Established there, they will be in a position to threaten the Panama Canal, interdict our vital Caribbean sea lanes, and ultimately move against Mexico. Translation.
If another nation is threatening U.S. hegemony in the region and is threatening the capitalist hegemony, no, we can't have that. We can't. We totally, as Americans, we cannot have that. We cannot have that. We can't have the communists having influence in the region. We can't. We cannot have that because we have to have capitalist influence, because capitalism's so great and communism so evil, bad, and horrible. Oh my God, it's going to take over and it's going to do this. And Vladimir Putin not even being communist and Russia not even being communist, but we're worried about it now. So you see, there was a Red Scare then and there's a Red Scare now. Do you see a line here? Do you see the hypocrisy? Remember my older video I made earlier today? Well, my older video, I'm talking about the older. When I say older video, I'm talking about the video that predates this video from today. You know that. So, what am I talking about here? Well, there was a Red Scare then, there's a Red Scare now. Nicaragua this has been going on since Ronald Reagan was in there. Since Ronald Reagan was in there. It's been going on with Ronald Reagan. It's been going on with all of them. Ronald Reagan was a fucking piece of shit warmonger. George H.W. Bush was also a fucking warmonger. Bill Clinton was a warmonger. George W. Bush, the worst warmonger in American history. Then Barack Obama, the fucking drone strike king. Trump assassinating the Iranian general. Pulling out of the nuclear treaty with Russia. Bombing Syria not once but twice. Also, Trump was the one that was responsible for orchestrating the right-wing coup attempt in Nicaragua to overthrow Daniel Ortega. Remember the Troch Year of Tyranny by John Bolton, the world's biggest fucking war criminal? John Bolton, a bloodthirsty fucking murdering neocon war criminal. Oh, Venezuela and Cuba, the Troch Years of Tyranny. They're the ones that are the Troch Years of Tyranny. It's them that are the Troch Years of Tyranny. But Jair Bolsonaro's Brazil, we got nothing to say. And now Joe Biden and the colonialist European nations are now trying to overthrow Daniel Ortega. That's why Daniel Ortega told the Netherlands, the fucking imperialist US-backed government of Mark Rutte in the Netherlands, to basically fuck off. Daniel Ortega said, fuck off, Netherlands. We are not going to bow down to you, and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it. Daniel Ortega is one of the greatest leaders of our time. Daniel Ortega, the socialist leader in Nicaragua, is one of the greatest leaders of our lifetime. He, along with Bashar al-Assad, are probably my favorite leaders in the world. Oh, they're U.S. bad. Oh, they're U.S. enemies. They're U.S. bad. It's like, oh, they're dictators. Oh, they're dictators. Oh, my God. They're only dictators because the U.S. and the West says that they are. If Nicaragua was such a big, bad, evil dictatorship, why do they rank number one in peace? Why does over 70% of Nicaraguans say that they feel at peace almost all the time? And even CNBC is admitting that statistical fact. If CNBC is admitting it, there's no denying it now. The U.S. and the West's hypocrisy on Myanmar, bullshit. The U.S.'s hypocrisy on Nicaragua, bullshit. The U.S.'s foreign policy across the globe is fucking bullshit. It's filled with hypocrisy. The hypocrisy, it's filled with all sorts of that. It's filled with hypocrisy all across the board. But just remember, guys, we support the good ones. Why are we trying to destroy the happiest place on earth? Why are we trying to do that? Why are we trying to overthrow the happiest country on earth? Why? Why is that? I thought it was I thought it was Disney that was the happiest place on earth. I thought it was Disney that was the happiest place on earth. I thought it was Disneyland. Or Disney World, or Disneyland, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Welcome to the happiest place on earth, where your happy is everywhere, anywhere. He's happy. Look up, there's some friendly neighborhood happy. Look down, whoa, oops, don't look down. He's kind of happy. They're even happier. And you're the happiest of them all. Because this place has all the happy you never knew could exist. So you're a new kind of happy every time you visit. Welcome to your happiest place on earth, only at the Disneyland Resort.
You see what I'm talking about here? Yeah, that's the happiest place. I thought it was Disney World and Disneyland. Well, Disneyland in California and Disney World in Florida. Hey, you know, well, they're happy. But meanwhile, the Nicaraguans are happy as well. You know, they're pretty happy as well. They're pretty happy as well. It's just like, do we need these people dressed up in suits and ties to tell us which country's bad and which country, and to tell us which country is bad, which country is good, and all that? It's like, do we really need that? Do we really need that? Do we really need that kind of thing? Do we really need these people to tell us that? Do we need them to tell us that? No, I think we can figure it out on our own, because that's what the legacy media wants. That's what the legacy media deeply wants you to ignore. The legacy media wants you to believe that Nicaragua's the big, bad, evil, this horrible shithole dictatorship and whatnot. I swear to God, the fucking Verizon Fios lady from 2012 had better charisma than these people.
Science TV has hundreds of channels, but there are certain ones I like to watch the most. My favorites.
My favorites? It's like, it's my favorites. It's just totally my favorites. You know, my favorites. But remember, I mean, even her, she's got a better personality than all of them and a better charisma than any of them. And Nicaragua has better foreign policy, better health care, and better safety nets, and better safety mechanisms than the U.S. just like every other country in the developed world does. That's what the two-party system does to America. We need to break free from the two-party system. And if none of this tells you, then I don't know what will. But that's Nicaragua. Nicaragua. The most demonized, safe country in the world. Yeah. They are the boogeymen that Biden, my butt's been wiped, is trying to go after. Joe Biden never needs a setup. That's about it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, including my stream tomorrow. Look out for it. More stuff on the way. This is Zach the Celtics guy saying thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you in my stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Look out for it. If the time changes, I'll let you know. But I'll see you in the next video, including more legal lessons and other stuff in the works. Stay tuned for more and more stuff on the way. This is Zach the Celtics guy reporting from the Global Report. This is the Global Report, second Global Report of the day. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now. Take care. Peace out. Have yourselves a great day and a great weekend. If I don't see you, but I'll definitely see you. I will definitely see you tomorrow. Look out for it. See you all next time. Stay tuned. Stay classy. Stay safe, and keep fighting. Peace out.